judge and both for.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. Tonight, it's the Denver Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The T-Wolves control the tap. T. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
Nikola Jokic, defended by Towns. Miles Bridges slams it down.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It's Minnesota basketball. T to Wiggins. Takes stock of the floor. Oh, Bridges up to block the shot.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Goes to the right side. Jamal Murray against Karl Anthony Towns. To Jokic. And the slam.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Screen coming. T. His first effort off the mark. Murray with the basketball. The lead is 2. To Jokic. Karl Anthony Towns with a piece. Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Jeff Teague at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Murray with it. Looking to make something happen. Miles Bridges. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Andrew Wiggins trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. The free throw good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Karl Anthony Towns sends it away. Return label included.
Offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Minnesota at the controls. T to Wiggins. Has a look. Shot by Wiggins won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Millsap to Jokic. Karl Anthony Towns swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Teague with the basketball. 2-point advantage. To Towns. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Martin picked up by Teague. Down low, Jokic. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Karl Anthony Towns, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Millsap. Miles Bridges. Gets to the basket and scores.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Martin into the front court. It's 12-10. Nikola Jokic matched up with the former Wildcat. Has a chance. Oh, Nikola Jokic. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Teague. To Towns. Teague to Towns. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Jokic. Gary Harris, defended by Jeff Teague. The shot, almost. Teague calls out of bounds. Last touch by Jeff Teague. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. It's Denver's ball. Martin. Jeremy Grant picked up by Teague. They go to Jokic, down low. Can't connect from in close. Shot from in close, no good. Martin into the front court. It's 14-12 to Jokic. Karl Anthony Towns sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oh, emphatic slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Martin to Jokic. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Teague with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Wiggins. Calls out of bounds off of Andrew Wiggins. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Jokic, guarded by Towns. Shot from the lane won't go. Napier with the basketball. Leads 4. They get it down for Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Now pass stolen by the Timberwolves. To Towns, down low. Karl Anthony Towns. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Will Barton. Nikola Jokic, defended by Towns. From the painted area, won't go down. Napier with the basketball. Up 6. Oh, he had it. And a backcourt violation. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Stepping in, number 21.
Towns. And count the basket inside.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nothing going here on that drive. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Napier with the basketball. Up by 6. Here's Towns for 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Jokic. Oh, ferocious slam inside. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 1 quarter down. The Timberwolves have the lead. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
To Will Barton. Trying to cash in. Barton shot off the mark. Minnesota with the basketball. To Wiggins. Fight to shoot for Minnesota. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
The shot by Murray, no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Murray into the front court. Down 8. Miles Bridges. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
For 3. Not that time.
Knock that down, yo. Knock that down. Come on, show me something better than that, baby.
T-Wolves with the basketball. To Kevin Huerter. To Wiggins. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. 3 for 6 now.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Murray into the front court. Down a dozen. To Will Barton. Here comes the screen. Barton picked up by Gorgie Jang. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Contested shot. Miles Bridges off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
No good. Rebound reeled in by the Nuggets. Offensive rebound. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle. Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
Our game programs have player bios, team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 0, Jack T.
T to Wiggins.
Number 18.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
It goes down.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
To Wiggins. Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. And scores. Great body control on the step through.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. T to Kevin Herter. To Wiggins. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Wiggins to Covington. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Barton slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Teague with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Covington. Wiggins.
Watch the cutter, man. Come on, left.
No good, and no foul.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Mason Plumlee tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Knocked loose. Wolves have it. T over to the right side. Here comes the screen.
Screen.
Mason Plumlee pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Now whistle as Minnesota's going to take the timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. T. Jay, 46 wins, not good enough for Denver.
They could have been a playoff team if Paul Millsap didn't miss a huge chunk of the season. But I will say this about the Nuggets. They have the most underrated backcourt in the NBA when you think about Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. Both guards that can do it off the dribble and are both great leaders.
And finishes strong. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
T trying to finish, but he can't get it to go. Jokic, defended by Towns. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Teague with it up top. Looking to make something happen.
Watch that cutter.
And the rebound taken by Millsap.
2 minutes remaining.
Jamal Murray, defended by Jeff Teague. To Jokic. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Screen coming. have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Add one more to his total. Murray with the basketball. They trail by one. Here comes the screen. Gary Harris, guarded by Towns. Baseline drive. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Bell.
1 minute left in the second quarter.
Teague. Towns. And scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Murray with it. Down a point. Deep two there. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Jokic. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
So a tie one as we reach the break in a one-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Murray into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Knocked loose. Taken by the Wolves.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Big finish. Full head of steam that time.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
The monster stuff. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Denver ball right now. Millsap. To Miles Bridges. Shot clock winding down. Lets it fly from long range.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance.
For Denver, Gary Harris.
And hits the first free throw. It's a second. One more coming.
Get your money, man.
And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Here comes the screen. Teague to Wiggins. Five seconds to shoot. Teague. Jokic snares the rebound.
I got ball.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Teague with the basketball. His guys trail now by 4. To Wiggins. Here comes the screen. Wiggins. Down low Towns. Knocked loose. They love this hustle. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Teague to Wiggins. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Teague. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Millsap to Miles Bridges. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. No good. Oh, looked like he may have gotten him there. Murray into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Jokic. Nothing going here on that drive. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Here comes the screen. Down low Bell. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Murray with the basketball. Leads 4. Fires the 3. They have to keep him in their grasp.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
To Towns. Down low Bell. Jordan Bell with the dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Big stuff, and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open 3-point shooters.
Teague. They get it down for Towns. Off the assist.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Murray with it. Leads 5. Karl Anthony Towns able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Barton, not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Covington to Kevin Huerter. Oh, the soft touch from the big fella, and the basket for Towns.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. Teague. And the finish. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Substitution being made in this one. Knocked loose. Wolves have it. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Jokic, down low for Harris. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
If you know a guy is a driver, there's no need to apply that much pressure on him if his main objective is to get to the rim. Play off of him, make him think about the jump shot, and also, guys from the weak side, on the help side, make sure you play in those gaps and you try to close out as quick as possible when he puts his head down.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Nikola Jokic, guarded by Towns. To Will Barton. Napier with the basketball. His guys now down by a point. Cruises inside for two.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
It's Minnesota basketball. T. To Towns. Lays it up and in.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Martin into the front court. His guys down three. Harris against Karl Anthony Towns. Barton to Jokic. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
To Towns, down low. Whistle blows. Oh, his back goes to the basket. 5-second count. It's going the other way. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Martin, defended by Jeff T. To Jokic. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Teague with it up top. Our score all even in this third quarter. 4-3. And the rebound corralled by Barton. Got it.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Minnesota at the controls. To Teague. Here comes the screen. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. From long range. Yes.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Jokic. And a throwdown.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, That's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That ends the third quarter. It's the Timberwolves in front. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
Covington. To Teague. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Shabazz Napier at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Nuggets have the possession. Jamal Murray defended by Jeff Teague. Fires the three. Missed it. Teague with the basketball. Up 5. Covington to Teague. Has a look. Teague, a shot, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Covington. Pass there, taken away by Denver.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Teague. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Minnesota with the basketball. To Covington. Surveys the floor. Teague. Martin into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Here comes the screen. Martin guarded by Jang. And stuffs it home.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Teague with it up top. Up by 3. Here comes the screen. Scores from the post.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Murray into the front court. 5-point game. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. T. Mason Plumlee snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Here comes the screen. To Will Barton. Has a chance. Barton's shot, no good. T-Wolves with the basketball. Covington. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Now a whistle. Timeout for Denver as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Jamal Murray picked up by Teague. To Miles Bridges. Add 2 points to the board.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Teague. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nuggets. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
The free throw, good. Converts on the three-point play, and the margin is down to 2. Teague with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Jeff Teague. Murray into the front court. His group now down 2. Easy pass to the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Kevin Huerter. Down low Towns. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Nikola Jokic at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Here comes the screen. To Towns. Working the outside. Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. No one in the Canadians' postal code with the basket.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Shot from the lane won't go. Another follow, still no good. Napier with the basketball. Leads 3. To Wiggins. Nothing going here on that drive. Wiggins. Trying to cash in. Bell's shot won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Millsap to Jokic. Millsap. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Wiggins. Nothing going here on that drive. To Kevin Huerter. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. Short jumper and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Murray with the basketball. Down 5. Knocked loose. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Denver with 4 to shoot. And the basket good at the rim.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
To Wiggins. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Millsap. Jordan Bell with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. Bell to Kevin Huerter. Probing the defense. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I just had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Short jumper off the mark. Karl Anthony Towns rejects it. That's out. Last touch by Karl Anthony Towns. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Count the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver. They're down big in this 4th quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. To Jokic. From the painted area, won't go down. It's Minnesota basketball. To Kevin Huerter. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Has a look. Wiggins, a shot? No. Andrew Wiggins, huge block. Calls out of bounds off of Andrew Wiggins. 16-footer at the buzzer. It's a victory for the Timberwolves as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew,